how to lose weight, how can I lose weight and build muscle. And honestly, it starts with your routine. The first thing that you need to have in place is your sleep. If you're not getting a consistent at least 6 to 8 hours, you're leaving so much recovery on the table. And also, if your sleeping timing is also out the window, that could be holding you back a lot as well. You need to have a consistent sleep time and a consistent wake up time so that your body knows this is recovery window. Our body shuts down, we rebuild everything during this exact timing. If it doesn't know when, then it's not going to obviously give you the best results. And then once you have that sleep in place, the second piece is going to be your diet. You need to know how much protein you're getting a day, how many carbs you're getting a day, how many fats you're getting a day. And then the second piece is your diet. You need to have your protein, your carbs, and your fats dialed in. In the big 2026, people are still DMing me and telling me that they're cutting carbs. And I just asked them, are you trying to make your cut 10 times harder? And they're like, what? Aren't carbs making me fat? I'm like, no, brother, they give you energy. They help you rebuild muscle. They help you recover. They're not making you fat. Like maybe if you eat the wrong types of carbs and if you just overall eat too many calories, yeah, it'll probably make you fat. But carbs are the cornerstone for giving you a good pump at the gym, giving you energy throughout the day so that you don't feel like a zombie throughout your entire cut. Me pushing my carbs to 250, 300 every single day, I felt great throughout my entire cut. My pumps were good. Maybe towards the end, I started to lose my pump as I started to get pretty lean, and now it's all right. I'm really bringing my carbs up to like 300, 350, 400. So my pumps are coming back. I'm really feeling a lot fuller now, especially today. It felt amazing. But the first piece is just dialing in your sleep. The second piece is dialing in your meals. And I really want to go into depth on the meals because this is what trips up a lot of people. And honestly, people give up because of the meals. They don't know what to eat. They feel so lost that they just go end up getting fast food and not really care about what happens to their body. So your breakfast, honestly, it's not needed. I didn't eat a breakfast probably 4 days of the week when I was pretty deep into my cut, and I honestly just wanted to eat more later in the day. I wouldn't get very hungry in the morning. I would just have some coffee, just work in the morning, and then I would wake up at about 5, okay? And then I would get my coffee, do my morning fasted walk, do all the stuff I needed to do. And probably earlier in my cut, I would have had a breakfast, just some quick rice and eggs or just eggs and egg whites, just to have that little protein backer. But if you're pretty deep in a cut and you don't care about having a breakfast, then I would just skip it so that you can eat more later in the day. You survive off of coffee in the morning and then before your workout. This is exactly what I did. I'm not sure exactly what your schedule is if you have to work out at nighttime, but if you work out at about like 9 to 10 o'clock, or if you wake up at 4 and you're working out at like 7, then I would just fast in the morning. Honestly, go outside, do a fasted walk, come back, do whatever you need to do, and then right before your workout, about 10 minutes before, have 4 rice cakes, a banana, 2 servings of honey, have over 100 grams of carbs, go to the gym. You'll have a great pump. You'll have energy throughout the entire workout. And you getting those carbs in before your workout, the nutrients are going to be already running through your body so that when you're done with your workout, you're not completely fasted. Your body has no nutrients that's coming through. Then you smash a huge post-workout meal. And once those carbs are done running their cycle, those ones are hitting your bloodstream. And it should be a consistent 24-hour cycle. Now, if you do want to have a breakfast and you do like having a breakfast, this is exactly what I run in the morning. Probably about an hour and a half after I wake up, around 7 a.m. I get up at 5, maybe 2 hours after I wake up. Probably start cooking at 6:30. I already just make a bunch of rice for the whole week. 4 eggs or 2 servings of egg whites. I'm gonna have the 4 eggs to give me solid protein, solid fats, the healthy fats. I'll have the 2 servings of egg whites just for some more protein. And then I'll have that rice just for some good carbs so that those can hit my bloodstream. And then I'll take those about 2 hours before I work out. And then I have my rice cakes right before I work out. So that's just like the backer, fills up my stomach, allows me to feel good for the morning. And I have those big carbs right before my workout. And then both of those are working together, giving me energy to push through that workout, go super hard, come back from the workout. This right here, if you're having 0 carbs, you are leaving so many gains on the table if you're not having your post-workout carbs and protein. Like, you should have a good amount of protein and a good amount of carbs. I would say that this has to be your biggest carb meal. If it's not, then you are leaving gains on the table. Your body needs to replace that glycogen ASAP. And then just for dinner, you have a solid protein and a solid carb. It's very simple. The way that you should structure your day is morning, have solid protein, solid fat, solid carbs, just the eggs, rice, egg whites. That's going to give you a complete balanced morning in every single aspect. You should feel great off of that. All pretty light. Pre-make the rice, or you can literally just get bags of rice or like the little microwavable ones. Cook up 4 eggs real quick, throw it on the same thing, walk out the door and eat it. But that's how you should structure your very first meal. I think that after trial and error and trying everything, trying just protein, trying just carb, that's what has worked best for me to give me that stomach backing so that I feel good at the gym. I do that every single time if it's a leg day, because I need that backing in my stomach so that I feel good and I'm not just like in there like about to throw up. Because there's been times where I go in there and I just have those carbs, didn't eat the breakfast, and I'm like wheezy, I'm freaking like don't have enough food in me, just standing there seeing stars. I'm like, this is hell. This is not good at all. Having that breakfast, having that pre-workout, that's exactly how your mornings should start. Honestly, a lot of people mess that up. And then when it comes to your post-workout meal, all you need is a good protein and a good carb. And what I mean by a good protein, you can have ground beef, chicken, salmon, shrimp. Pick any kind of protein and then just track it. Nobody's gonna know how to track their calories until they do it. Like, you have to just do it. Try it out. Try tracking your macro. You're gonna have to try eventually. Like, if you're trying to do it by yourself, you just track everything. But obviously, if you have a full meal plan built out for you by someone like me, and obviously it's a lot easier because I'm telling you exactly what to eat, and then you just have to track it so that you have that in your own head. And if you want to make quick adjustments by yourself, you can. And I'll also leave a link in the description. If you want to book a one-on-one call with me, then we can chat about where you're at right now and where you want to go. And honestly, just most people would get so overcomplicated on the diet side of things. And the biggest thing I see people do is they're like, "Oh, I've been dieting, doing this and that." I was like, "Okay, well, how many calories are you eating a day?" And they just say that they're cutting back on food. Like, all they're doing is just cutting out like the junk food. But they still have no idea how much protein they're getting in a day, how much carbs they're getting in a day, how much fats they're getting in a day. And if you are truly wanting to build muscle while losing fat, that's like not an easy thing to do, especially as a natural lifter. Everything needs to be dialed into a T. Your workouts need to be dialed in for hypertrophy, and your meal plan has to be dialed into give you energy, give you solid protein so that you're actually able to recover, retain your muscle, energy throughout the day. Just all of these things coming together. Doing a proper cut is not easy. It is really, really easy to mess up and lose muscle. Like, even for me, going from 190 down to 175, to keep my strength up, really like push the limits of what my body could do, was not easy. Even like to this day, like when I was 190 pounds, I went in there and I was able to do the 100-pound dumbbells on incline dumbbell for about 6 reps. Literally yesterday, I'm 177 pounds. This morning I was 177, almost 15 pounds lighter, but yet I pushed the 105s today for sets of 8. Like, at the end of the day, it's a small amount of growth, but it's amazing to be able to push more weight 15 pounds lighter, because that means I retained all of my muscle. Even if like I look in the mirror and maybe I feel a little bit smaller, maybe I get a little bit of body dysmorphia, I know that I retained my muscle because I went in there yesterday as well, or last week on this weekend, and I was doing some curls and I was hammer curling 60s. I was like, I was not hammer curling 60s when I was 190 pounds. Considering I'm in there, I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is 60 right here? I'm like, okay. We definitely got a lot stronger. But I would say the biggest thing for me right now is just getting back into like bringing my carbs up. That's the biggest piece that I'm trying to hit right now. My carbs I haven't been getting enough in. Honestly, I've just been trying to figure out my body after being in this cut for 3 months, really just trying to figure out what my body wants, how many calories it needs, how much protein and carbs I need to feel good on a daily basis and retain my muscle, have good pumps, feel healthy. Like, it really comes down to just trial and error and figuring out what works for your body, because even when you do hire a coach, like, we got to figure out what's going to work for you. The first week is kind of trial and error. Do you like these meals? Are you going to be able to consistently repeat these meals for months on end? Same thing with the workouts. Are you going to be able to consistently repeat these for 3 months on end? You want to figure it out that first week. You have them try it out, adjust the workouts. Like, they didn't like the dumbbell shoulder press, replace it with a machine. They're like, yes, the machine feels way better. Perfect. Build out workouts you actually enjoy. Build out a full week of it. Just start writing stuff down, Try to hit that 10 sets a week. Have a good amount of volume that's good for your body. And then you go into the gym and you execute. You just keep hitting that week over and over and track the weight that you use and watch it go up. I talked to you guys about how to structure your entire day. I told you how I structure my meals. You want to hit all 3 corners for your breakfast. Have the carbs, healthy fats, good protein right before your workout. A lot of people don't do this. Want to get like 100 grams of carbs. Have, at the bare minimum, I say 2 rice cakes, a serving of honey, and a banana. That's the bare minimum that you should have before your workout if you want to have a good pump and have good energy throughout your workout. Like, the difference when I didn't do any carbs before my workout, I didn't do any caffeine or nothing, I would go in there and I was like zombie. I look back at it now, how did you even make it through a workout? But also, you have to consider that I was probably around 190. I had a little bit more fat on me. My hormones were probably a little bit better. I wasn't so just completely lean, like literally no fat on my body now. So I do have to take those extra precautions to make sure I have the proper amount of carbs so I don't feel like shit, because when you do get to this leanness level, you have to be really dialed in to be able to maintain it year round and actually like look good and feel good, because I'm trying to find that healthy balance of where do I feel good and where do I look good, and just try to find the healthy balance in between those, because I don't want to just be completely diced to the bone, and feeling like shit every day. It's not worth it to me, maybe doing that a couple times and getting some shots, but I think around 175, like, I think I can maintain this. I think I can. I'm not saying that I will maintain it for like super long, because obviously I need to start putting on some more muscle. Just the maintenance is, I'm kind of just buying time, kind of just maintaining this look, right? I would have to go on more of a main gain to put on real muscle, real size. That's another piece that I want to talk about, is just take something that I say today and implement it. And see how you feel, see how you look, see how things change. If you just implement one thing, whether it's the sleep or whether it's kind of how I structure my whole day for the meals. Start your morning off with a quick little breakfast, or if you're deep in a cut, start the morning off with no breakfast. If you had a breakfast, eliminate it. Have those carbs before your workout. I know people have crazy work schedules, and I've even had to build out meal plans for people with crazy work schedules. You have to cater to people, and I know that can be very difficult. If you're working like a normal job of from 6 a.m. to, let's say, 4 to 5 p.m. construction job, like most people that I end up helping do work, you got to start your morning off with those healthy. You want to have the rice, the eggs, and the protein. Just kill that in the morning so that you have that backing in your stomach, or you can even have potatoes. Give yourself that morning breakfast so that you have energy for the rest of the day. Just start your morning off right. Start your morning off right. The rest of your day could be cooked. And let's say you are working out at nighttime. Let's cater this to that. Start your morning off with the rice, the eggs, the egg whites. Your first break, I would just have rice cakes. Just have some quick carbs, replace your glycogen. Lunch. This right here is where you have just a solid protein and a solid carb. Honestly, just get a factor meal. Do anything like that, or just meal prep some chicken and rice. Super simple. Ground beef and rice. Whatever it is, honestly. People overcomplicate it way too much. You just need a good protein source and a good carb source, and try to stay in a healthy fat range. Like when it comes to the fats, you kind of just have to play around with it. You want to just get most of your fats from the eggs in the morning, and then obviously you have your ground beef, avocados. This is even buttered coffee. Like, these are all super healthy fats that you should be getting in every day, and you just want to stay in that optimal range. After your lunch, you have another snack. But this time you could have like a protein shake if your protein's a little bit lower. Like if you need to still hit that like 0.8 to 1.0 grams, then you can have a protein shake there, or just have some more carb. You get off of work, 2 rice cakes, banana, come back, and then you end off the day with a solid dinner. And then by the end of the day, you should have hit your 0.8 to 1.0 grams of protein. You should have been able to hit your 200 to 300 grams of carbs, just depending on your body weight, your height, and how many calories you can actually eat. It could be completely different depending on the person, whether how many calories you're burning at your job, how many steps you're getting a day, how much muscle mass you have, how much calories your body burns just by being alive. There's so many different factors. Every single person's maintenance is completely different. So that's why you really have to just adjust things. Like, this is why I just hate those pre-built out meal plans. Like, it'll give them like a set macro and everything and calories, but they have no idea what your maintenance is, what's going to put you in a deficit. Like, if you're not consistently you have to adjust day by day. If you're not working that day, you're not working out that day, your calorie burn is going to be lower. So you have to adjust to those things, or your weight will jump up and you're not going to know why. I've seen a lot of times people, they didn't have work the day before, they got like 6,000 steps, and then they eat the same amount of food and their weight goes up like a pound or two, and they're like, oh, what happened? Like, like they start getting scared. That's why your steps were lower. You didn't work. We want to drop those days a little bit lower, Sometimes people forget, happens, but you got to have those training days and those non-training days, because your maintenance is different. And there's no need, if you're not going to train that day and your glycogen's not going to get completely bottomed out, there's no need to have as many carbs. Like on your rest days, I would say just pull the carbs back. Like, drop your calories X amount, 200-300, whatever you see fit. Try it out a couple times, see what feels good for you, how many calories you should drop it based on what the weight says the next day, and then go from there. Just to kind of come back and summarize everything that I was talking about, first, you got to fix your routine. You need to have a good sleep schedule. That is where everything starts. If you're not recovering, you're going to go to the gym, and obviously your muscles aren't going to recover and you're not going to grow. So please go to sleep and recover. That right there will single-handedly change how you feel, and probably just the energy that you have throughout the day will be completely different. Second piece, figure out what your maintenance is and be in a deficit. Try to lose 5 to 10 pounds a month. I'd say no more than 10. Like, if you're losing more than 10, bro, you're not going to be able to put on muscle. Physically, not possible. 5 pounds, even for me, losing 5 pounds a month, it was very difficult to put on strength. Same thing with my clients. I have them losing about 5 pounds a month, and they're putting on just very minimal strength. But still, to be able to put on minimal strength while going down in weight is huge. So have your routine in place. Second, have your calories in place so that you can actually lose weight. That's where like people just genuinely can't lose weight because they don't know how to kind of work their calories. So just listen to everything I said earlier. I gave you the full breakdown of how to set up your calories and your macros to find your maintenance. And once you have your sleep, you have your macros and your calories and your meals in place. Those are the two hardest parts that make everybody quit. Once you do those, you build out a workout split that you genuinely will like 6 days a week, 4 days a week, something that you will consistently show up for every single week. Build it out, have fun with it, have that week repeat, track the weight that you use. Do those same workouts. If you need to adjust something, adjust it that first week. Bam. Have workouts that you actually like, that you will consistently repeat. I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but it is so crucial that you go in there and pick workouts that you actually like. Because if you are doing ones that you hate, if you're like, I freaking hate Bulgarians, and then you decide to put it on your workout split, like, come on now. We need things that we actually enjoy. Like, if you hate Bulgarians, don't put them on your workout split. Genuinely, like, I don't get why people would do that. It makes the gym less enjoyable. So pick workouts you actually like, then it will repeat, and that will just come in second nature to you. You'll go in there, you'll know exactly what to do. You're not guessing. You're like, oh, what machine should I use? Oh, how much weight should I use? No, you go in there, you go straight to that machine. You already know exactly what weight you need to beat. You go in there, you focus, let's beat this shit. Not like, what should I be doing? Like, oh, damn, that shit's taken. What else should we try? And you're focused over here, like, you're trying to, like, figure out, okay, oh, that felt good. And then you don't even know what weight you should be using. Just more wasted time. You're not able to focus 100% on just your workout, 100% on just training to failure. It comes with time. So once you get your sleep in place, you get your macros in place, you get tracking your workouts in place, then it really just comes down to consistency, just showing up month after month, and then doing little things like taking your progress photos and then tracking your body weight every single day. That's something to deal with your, like, you should be tracking your food every single day to see what your calories is, see what your weight is, and then obviously that's how you're going to find your maintenance, and that's how you're going to figure out what a deficit is for you and how you can be consistently losing weight. Because I know what I'm talking about. Like, I've gotten this lean. This is crazy. If I pulled up a picture of me 3 months ago, guys, I was pretty fat. My cheeks did not come in like this. My legs, I literally, for the longest time, I could never grow my legs. I'm not saying that they're anything special now. Before, I didn't have anything to be able to, like, look down, and even if it's hot outside, like, I get veins running through the side right here. The strength on them is up. I feel really athletic. This cut went perfectly, and I just want to give you guys so much information on just how I did it. So if you guys have anything that you want me to answer, any questions that you guys have that you want me to go into depth with, just leave it in the comment section. I'll also leave a link in the description if you want to book a one-on-one call with me. We can go ahead and do that.